Okay. How long's it been off for?
Uh, Maybe 45 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just turned it off right now.
Okay. So it's been giving you trouble? I think you contacted me,
Yeah,
right?
so this is the one I had previously, and then I put this one on,
Oh, okay.
and it turned on and everything. Everything was good. It had the blue light, and that's how it was overnight. But then in the morning, I noticed the water wasn't that warm anymore, so I came to check it out, and I was gonna turn it up a notch, but I didn't see the blue light anymore. Nothing was on.
Okay.
So from what I read was that I needed to shut it off for 5 minutes and try it back on with the pilot and all that. I went ahead and tried that 3 different times, and it was giving me like a red light here.
Oh, it was? Okay.
It was blinking red.
Okay.
I would wait like 5-10 minutes in between tries just to let the gas, go.
Okay.
But still no luck.
So you got a use from somebody, I guess?
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'll take a look at it. We'll figure out what's going on, why it's flashing. You didn't count the red lights by any chance, did you?
No, I didn't.
That's okay. Yeah, so when that happens, you want to count them.
Okay, okay.
And then you cross-check that count against this. So if it's 4 or 5 or 7 or 8, it was probably a 7 would be my guess, but we'll find out what's going on with it. So you installed it a couple days ago?
Yeah, yesterday afternoon.
Oh, okay. So it hasn't been going that long. Yeah, so it's flashing 7 times. You can kind of see it. You see it? And so that's it. That's the valve. So that's gas control or valve failure is what it's saying. So right now I'm just trying to get it to reset. So if you cycle it all the way to very hot, and then down for like 10 seconds, then down to hot for about 10 seconds, then pilot for 10 seconds, then back up to very hot. You kind of duplicate that. So I can hear it kicking in. Yeah, so it's actually heating up the water right now, even though it's flashing.
Earlier I did have it dripping, so here
Oh, the TMP, yeah. That's not a huge deal.
Okay.
I mean, that's normal. You can kind of tap on that a couple times. Or run a pipe or something off of it, like a standpipe, to get it away from all this.
Okay.
But that's normal. I mean, it's used. So it's under the water pressure plus the pressure of the water getting hot. Alright, well, it's still flashing 7 times. So I think something's going on with the valve. So it looks like I'm going to have to put a different valve on here. So I'll go ahead and shut it down. And turn the gas off.
I had it to start yesterday with the blue light and everything.
Yeah, they're probably getting rid of it because it had that problem.
Okay.
Would be my guess. Kind of. I mean, sometimes if you just tap on them a little bit, you can get them to seat.
Oh, okay.
So they're not used very often, right? Like that one, you could use the pipe off of this and run a pipe down here, so that way it doesn't splash back on the water heater. As long as it's not running constantly and So your other one was leaking? Is that why you replaced it?
Yeah. I don't know where it just stopped working, and then it was leaking from the bottom. It was leaking quite a bit.
Alright.
I started reading up on them, and it wasn't supposed to be doing that. So I was gonna get something else.
Yeah, you gotta have hot water, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so the ohm reading coming back is 24.4 and 23.2. So it should be between 11 and 13. Yeah, so it's way over. So I'm going to replace that valve, and that should take care of it, hopefully. It was just you? Nobody helped you?
I had somebody help me bring it down here, but other than that, it was just me. Just me and you two.
Yeah. There we go, so it's blue now. You want to check it out? I'll just leave that on there for another. Can you see it? It's hard.
Oh, yeah, I can see it
it's hard to see it. All right, well, I'll hang out for a minute. Make sure it doesn't flip back over to 7,
Okay.
which happens sometimes. But, you know, basically measuring the ohms, right, it was crazy high. I never see it that high. First one was like 43. Then it was down to 25. So this one was probably a little on the high end. It was like 13.7 or 13.8, but at least it wasn't 25.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be all right for you.
So then this bottom piece, it should be all right too, like the burner part of it. Because sometimes that gets replaced, but I mean it's.
I think all that's probably fine. I think you got a healthy thermopile because
Okay.
it comes up so quick.
Okay.
If you had to wait a long time for that status light, that's the sign that the thermopile, that's where it gets its electricity from. That's the sign that that is starting to fail. I don't think that's failing on you. I think everything probably down below is good. I think it was just your valve for whatever reason. Who knows? Sometimes you get sediment in there. There's a little sediment trap. That's what that other piping is for. So maybe something just broke loose
Okay.
in the lines, because when it pumps that gas in there, it's like the head of a needle. I mean, it's that small of an opening. If you held it up to the sky, to the sun, you'd have a hard time seeing light through it. So anything like a grain of sand can bounce down there and block that. So it could have been partially blocked. Maybe inside the valve that was doing that, but you know, that's why I do that ohm reading on them, because you're supposed to be able to test them that way and see if they're good or they're bad. And that was pretty out of range, even for the cheap Harbor Freight one I was using.
Okay.
So, and it, you know, we changed the valve and it came right up blue. So that's a pretty good sign. So that's your old valve right there. So you can, you know, call the guy you got it from or whatever and see if he'll do anything for you. Probably won't answer the phone, would be my guess. Yeah. Yeah, you want that back on again. Well, it's leaking a little bit, just so you know.
Oh yeah, I think I need to tighten it up a little.
Yeah, it looks like you put a new one on maybe, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you want that on for sure. That lets the pressure through, and then which it should be good. I mean, at least it's running. Sometimes it takes a couple of days for the symptoms to show back up again. So
Okay.
if you make it past 3 days, you're probably in the clear. If something happens in the next 3 days, you know, that might be when it shows up. But for now, it looks like it's good and it's running.